It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It is time for the latest live weekly events from Test Drive Unlimited, Solar Crown, and things are heating up this week as we have got the Convertible Days, valid up until the 16th of July. Warmer days are coming. What could be better than driving around under the summer sun with the top down? We have got a convertible week, and I'm actually excited about this one. I think we're going to have perhaps some exciting racing and some interesting cars to race for another sticker. Let's take a look at the events. Starting things off today on Hong Kong Island, we can see down in the bottom left of the map we have got Wild Breeze. 5.3 miles, 2 laps, it's clear, it's dry, it's asphalt. Ferrari California, Ferrari Portofino, and Alfa Romeo 8C. The only catch, it has to be a convertible. We've got no PR restrictions, we've got no drivetrain restrictions, and it looks like it's actually going to be quite a fairly quick race that we have got down. At the bottom left of the map, it is indeed the Alfa Romeo 8C for this race. I just wanted to double check that was the third car. Looking forward to that one. Moving over to the right of the map here, we have got Full Sun, 8.5 mile, 2 lap, once again clear dry asphalt race in a Porsche 918 Spider and the Koenigsegg Agera. Again, oh, we've got a third car, Lotus Exige Cup. Excellent. Once again, the only catch is the car must be a convertible, no PR restrictions. And then lastly over here, we also have Hair in the Wind, the 3.8 mile sprint. Once again, clear dry asphalt convertible restriction. Chevrolet C7 ZR1, Chevrolet Corvette C8 Stingray. And I did have to go and purchase a new car for today's video. And I thought, do you know what better way to treat myself than going picking up a nice new convertible bright yellow Corvette C7 ZR1? Yeah, ZR1. Not all too familiar with the codes essentially that come with the Chevrolets in the game, as I was going the wrong way. Nonetheless, we'll have a look at the Hong Kong races that we have got for this week. Then, of course, we'll shoot on over towards Ibiza and we'll see what Ibiza has in stock for us. And I think this is actually going to be a surprisingly good week. Porsche just sitting in the middle of the road, why would it not be? I think this is going to be a surprisingly good week this week with the races we've got. We've got an eclectic set of cars. Granted, they are all convertible, but the convertible list of cars we have got looks good, in my opinion. So we'll kick things off today with the Full Sun race, 2-lap circuit dry race on asphalt in the Porsche 918 Spider, the Koenigsegg Agera RS, or the Lotus Exige Cup. And coming into it with the Agera in a mildly tuned Agera. This one doesn't have every upgrade fitted, it doesn't even have a custom tune. And interestingly, I like this, every single convertible has the roof off or the roof down, as we see in the intro for that map. That is a very nice touch from the game, something I would like to be able to tailor ourselves before heading into it without having to individually map the buttons. But that's nice to see, and the road looks absolutely perfect for this race. Huge, expansive freeway. Do you know what? Yeah, I think we're right coming into this one. Right to be excited, right to expect this one to actually be an absolute banger of a race. And I know a lot of you guys have got unbelievably fast Ageras already in the game. Unlike myself, I've barely even used this one. 30 miles on the clock. I can only assume there's going to be some sensationally fast times set on this leaderboard by the time this weekly event is complete. I myself, I'm not quite in tune with the Agera just yet. I find the rear end of it very tail happy, as we can see just there. This one does have slick tyres fitted, it has got aero, it has got chassis upgrades. Maybe I do just need to spend time building a tune for this one. I've not kind of got on with it as of yet, but a lot of people shout and scream that this is probably one of the best, one of the fastest cars in the game. Quite rightly so, we can see just how fast this one really is. But without having that custom tune, yeah, I've not kind of got on with this car as of yet, and we can even see that they're in this race. Definitely not winning this one so far. Gonna have to make up, what, 2 places here to get that win. And I want that win because we only have 50 points required for this week's live weekly event. 5 race wins, 1 race win across each race, guys. Another nice, easy, quick race that we are going to have. We'll just have a little bit of a dirty entrance into that left-hander there. We'll tap tap the side of the Ajero that was sitting in first place of Mallory. Start off lap number 2, a fairly quick lap we're going to have there. There's quicker lap times to be had, guys, of course. Just making this effort as, you know, a bit of an exploration, understanding and discovering what the event is going to look like, essentially. And then obviously we'll come back on Monday's stream and yeah, we'll do some competitive racing. If you guys have missed any of the streams, you can obviously check them out under the live tab of the channel, but more importantly, if you want to participate in any of the live streams when we're on here racing in Test Drive Unlimited, all you have to do is be on the EU servers, be on Steam, and be friends with myself on Steam. And that's pretty much all you need to do. We can then invite each other to the game, you can join in the live stream, you can join in the racing. Unfortunately, with this being Test Drive, it can only be a party of 4. Fingers crossed that one's sorted soon. But we've been having some fantastic live weekly event racing on Mondays, guys. Be sure to check that out this Monday coming. But yeah, back to the race itself. Ajero, far more than competent for this race. I think it's going to be the better option over the 918 Spider. With that one being so heavily nerfed now, the Ajero is probably going to wipe the floor with it, and I expect to see the top leaderboard times set in the Ajero. Probably not for myself though. Once again, this one isn't tuned, this one isn't really all too modified apart from a couple of things, you know, tyres, chassis and aero. But so yeah, there's definitely work to be done, but nonetheless, a very enjoyable ride, a very enjoyable drive on a fantastic circuit in the Ajero RS. We are going to now have race number 1 win on the board. And as we can see, it is indeed just 50 points to complete out this week's live weekly event. It's a sticker reward, and that's now the expectation. If the reward is simply just a sticker, it's only going to be 50 points. So 5 race wins, 1 win across each event, and you'll complete off this week's live weekly event. So we're going to then move on over towards the second race here, and we've got a couple of races in fairly close proximity. We're just going to head back down past the port here towards the second race event, and I think we're going to be in this car specifically. So coming into today, obviously we were going to require a C7 or a C8 Chevrolet, and I owned neither. And I thought, what better way to treat ourselves for all the work we've been doing than buying a nice new C7 for this race. Here in the win, 3.8 mile sprint in the C7 ZR1 or the C8 Stingray. It's going to be clear, it's going to be dry, it's going to be on asphalt, and it's going to be a Chevrolet showdown. And I am looking forward to seeing how this ZR1 performs. Once again, all of the roofs open. I like this touch. It's good to see the game have tailored this for each car to have the roof down coming into each race. The minor details sometimes make a big impression, and that one does certainly do that for me. Now, into the C7 ZL1. The reason I picked this over the C8, in many racing games, I've had this car and I thoroughly enjoyed the car. Forza Motorsports in particular, Forza 7 it would have been, I spent a lot of time with this car. I even think maybe in one of the Forza Horizon games perhaps. Nonetheless, Motorsport 7 is the biggest memory I've got with this car specifically. The amount of tuning, the amount of time we spent building this car with a couple of friends. It was an absolute weapon on the track. And it was a no-brainer when I seen it pop up today. I had to buy it for this week's live weekly event. A car I've used a lot in games, a car I love. Probably, in my opinion, maybe an unpopular one, the best looking Chevrolet ever made. If that is a hot take, guys, let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are. What is the best Chevrolet ever made? I personally love the way this car looks, I love the way it sounds, and for the most part, I actually love the way it handles in this game. It is not a bad American muscle car, considering this one is tuned around about 900 horsepower. No custom tune, sorry, parts fitted to it, around about 900 horsepower, and it's actually fairly stable on the road, all things considered, with the amount of power and the amount of torque going through the rear wheels in this thing. Nice car, nice quick race, around about a minute 20, a minute 30, race number 2 on the board. And of course, with that, we achieve our second set of points, now sitting at 20 out of 50, where we can now push on over to the third race and the final race here on Hong Kong Island. Almost slightly disappointed the race in the C7 was actually as short as it was. Yeah, dropped a couple of mil in this one overall with the upgrades and buying the car. I would have liked to have raced it a little bit more, but that just means we're going to have to come back on Monday's stream and do that race again, because I think we're going to have a lot of fun in the C7. I'm going to spend more time in it, but nonetheless we're going to head on over to the third race here on Hong Kong Island. That race, of course, is Wild Breeze, the 2-lap circuit race in Alfa Romeo 8C Spider, the Ferrari California, or the Ferrari Portofino on a clear, dry asphalt circuit. And what is not meant to be a coincidence, it's another yellow car. Interestingly this time, there we go, the roofs are now starting to go down on some cars, maybe not all cars. The roofs are glitching out for this one, the game not having the best time sinking all of the roofs being down on these convertibles. But we're going to be in yet another yellow car for today's race. All 3 races the cars have been yellow and convertible. I did not plan that one, I do promise you guys. But getting back into the Portofino, again, we used this in last week's event through choice. This week, again, more through necessity, as I don't own the California and I don't own the 8C Spider. And I'm not upset about that. I want to use the Portofino. It's a nice car with the fix that has happened in the recent patch with the exhaust notes now being fixed, that the audio doesn't clip when you hit the rev limiter. Yeah, I'm glad we've seen that one happen, because it was very frustrating when we bought this for the first live weekly event, and that audio was clipping as we hit the top of the rev range. It was very frustrating, and it genuinely put me off using this car. But now that's been fixed, no audio clip. Yeah, I find it enjoyable to use this car once again. Not overly tuned for this race. I don't believe we've got every upgrade fitted to this, just some tasteful upgrades and of course no custom tune. That's kind of what I'm enjoying with this game right now. Coming in, using cars, enjoying them. What more could you love? It's exactly what I want to see from Test Drive. So the race we've got here, I think, is a good race once again. A nice circuit layout, a nice choice of roads, a very nice choice of cars. Unfortunately we can't see them because again it is against AI, and I'll put in my daily video dig, please fix the servers, let us race against one another. Nacon, KT, I don't imagine it's going to be that hard to fix the coding. Enough of that. Enough of that. Back to the race. The Portofino, like we can see, far more than capable. Yes, we could tune this quicker, yes we could fit better parts to make it a faster car, but in terms of just coming in and enjoying the race that we've got here in a convertible Ferrari, racing it around Hong Kong Island, I'm liking it. We want the back end to step out? Yeah, we can do that. Round the roundabout here, yeah, it's not going to be the fastest way of doing the race, but who cares sometimes? It's about coming in and enjoying what we've got. And my oh my, out of the first 3 races we've got here so far, I'm thoroughly enjoying this live weekly event. Maybe not making the best of efforts or the fastest, but sometimes, like I said earlier, it's nice just to come in and enjoy the routes that we have got. The third race though, almost over and done with. Nice easy wins that we're getting here, nice easy points collected to complete off the live weekly event, and race win number 3 is now in the bag. And after collecting our third set of points, 30 out of 50, we're going to head on over to the Ibiza map and see what we have in store over there. Where we can of course see we have got 2 races. First of all, the Gold Coast race, a 2.9 mile clear dry asphalt circuit race. In the LaFerrari Aperta, the Ferrari Scuderia Spider 16M. Yeah, we finally get to use the Aperta in some anger. Now I know a lot of people may use that Scuderia 16M, quite rightly so. Not a car again I own in the game, so I'm probably going to stick with the Aperta for that one. And the second race here is the Island Dance, a 3 mile domination clear asphalt race once again here in the Audi R8 Spider V10 RWS, the Mercedes Benz, God, it's slow to tell us today, SLK 55 AMG Performance. I do wish that text would scroll a little bit quicker so we can see all of the cars we've got here. But yeah, a 3 mile domination race there on Ibiza. And to kick it off, we'll head down to the port here on Ibiza and get that very first race done and, see what we've got in store here. The Ibiza races have got a lot to live up to, as the races we had on Hong Kong, in my opinion, were very good races. What have we got here? Island Dance, BMW i Roadster, Audi R8 Convertible, clear, 3 mile, domination. And it's going to be interesting, I've not used the rear wheel drive Audi R8 for quite some time. As we can see, all of the roofs now going down in sync. It's a very nice sight to see coming into this race. But yeah, I've not used the R8 convertible for quite some time now. I was actually using this just for farming Frim for quite a while. You know, farming Frim where I was on a daily basis in the Jaguar does get a little bit tiresome in the same car over and over. So I went through a little period of using this very specific car for that Frim farming. Not as good as the F-Type SVR, but it was still a good car for farming Frim. Putting it back towards the circuit tune for this race, not even quite sure what parts are fitted to this in terms of upgrades, but we can see it's not going to be a problem racing this one against the AI. We're going to leave them standing straight off the back. Fantastically capable car, albeit a little bit leery from the rear end. I thought we were going off-road there for a second, and had me a little bit worried as I do have slick tyres fitted to this one, but that's not the case. We are on asphalt all the way around this one. Of course we are actually. Looking as we came into the race, it was 100% asphalt for every race of this week's live weekly event. So yeah, I think we're going to have some fun coming around this race again. It looks like it's capable, or it looks like we should be capable rather, of setting some fast lap times should we not outbreak ourselves into some of those left-handers. Another, yeah, I would say reasonably enjoyable race we've got right here. I think we have got so far the best collection, all 5 races. Granted, we've not seen the 5th race just yet in the Ferraris, but should that be a very good race? In my opinion, this may be the first time I've thoroughly enjoyed all 5 races. So all eyes, of course, will move over towards the Ferrari race coming up next. But the race in hand in the Audi R8, maybe missing the optimal braking points, concentrating obviously talking to you guys. Oh, nice little slalom section coming through here. Oh yes, it is. It's nice and tight through here. A good mix of long straights and tight, tricky sections. Exactly what I want from a race. Oh, race course, race circuit. Yeah, what a race they've put together here. What a fantastic route. Credit to whoever worked on this one. It feels very different to the recent events that we've had. Fantastic work. Race number 4 is a fantastic race. Once again, another win on the board. With the 4th win, we get our 40th point, and we can now push over and finish off this week's live weekly event. And in the interest of selfishness, I'm going to drive to it. I'm going to drive the complete route over towards the last live event. It is right beside the Celine HQ. As I said, I bought this car for this live weekly event, and I feel like I've barely driven it. And selfishly, I just want to drive it more, hopefully not crashing into everything in our way. We're not making a good job of that. We are literally hitting every possible vehicle that we could see that is in the road driving in front of us, and some parked cars. But nonetheless, yeah, having another car to play about with here, the C7 in particular, just trying to look at the mileage, 8.2 miles on it now as we clatter into every vehicle in sight. And we've now got a Range Rover parked in the middle of the road, a Range Rover Fiesta right here. Yeah, I kind of wanted to drive this one selfishly a little bit more. Not really made the best of jobs of it, but nonetheless, we're heading over to the Celine HQ where we have got our 5th and final race here, the Ferrari Showdown, which is going to be the La Ferrari Aperta against that Scuderia 16M, a 2.9 mile circuit race, which is the Gold Coast. And as I mentioned, I'm going to be doing it in the La Ferrari Aperta. Unfortunately, the roofs are not down on the cars for this race, which is disappointing. It was good in the previous race to see that graphic of all of the roofs going down together. I'm going to pop the roof off on the Aperta right here. Now, of course, this was the glitch. I'm going to put it down as a glitch. I feel it was a mistake when we had Season 3 Solar Pass. This was supposed to be a level 50 vehicle. They accidentally gave us at, well, essentially level 1 for opening the Battle Pass, the Solar Pass. This was supposed to be level 50's reward. We received it simply by opening up the Solar Pass. Nonetheless, what a fantastic car it is we have got. Much like next season, as we now know, is going to be that Lamborghini Huracan Sterato, a car I am looking forward to. And it was an interesting response we got from yesterday's video. Many people weren't overly happy that it's the same cars, just slightly different. I fully understand that, but the aspect of getting the Valor, or the Velour, whatever you want to call it, that Aston Martin, the Huracan Sterato, which is not in very many games just now. I'm actually very excited to use that car, and of course the VR wide body kit Porsche 911. I'm excited to see some of these cars. Yeah, I maybe would have done things a little bit different, but that's not for today's video. Today's video is all about the cars we've got in store and the races that we've got just here, and it's not a freeway section. I was about to go hammer and tong down the freeway without looking at the minimap. Yeah, we come back down through Ibiza town. I would have to say it's probably not the best race for this week's live events. There are much better races, but again, this gives you the tight, tricky sections and a couple of expansive sections right here. I think they have put together a fantastic set of races. If that's an unpopular opinion, once again guys, let me know. Start the conversation down in the comments section. But yeah, I think that's a great set of races we have had put together here. As expected, we're not going to have much trouble with the AI in these races. Once again, I'll round it off with another complaint. Test drive, please let us race together. But there is our 5th and final race win on board, where we of course get our 50th and final set of points. We complete out this week's live weekly event for another sticker reward, but we can put that sticker reward to one side and in my opinion just say well done to Test Drive, to Nacon, to KT, whoever it is that builds those live weekly events. I think they've had a fantastic event on our hands, one I will be sure to come back and continue to race in. This Monday's stream coming, we will be back. We will do some community racing on those very specific races. If you want to join guys, be sure to be in the stream on Monday 9:30 PM UK time here on YouTube. But as it is, a good week event, in fact a great live weekly event. Lackluster reward, but the event itself was a great set of races and an even better selection of cars. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Stay tuned for more updates on Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown.